Okay, welcome class. I'm going to introduce you to what is essentially going to be the program that I talked about a couple weeks ago when I was trying to get feedback on things that you would like to have as incentives for the class. So I've taken all of that into consideration. I've already tested this with my AP 12th grade class and integrated it into my regular 12th grade classes as well. I'm going to show you a quick PowerPoint and then discuss that a little bit, and I'm going to show you the actual website. So we're going to play essentially a game called Classcraft. This is a game in the class. Let me show you what it looks like, where you will actually be put into teams, and this would be your individual character. There are 3 different types of characters, which I will show you in a few minutes. And I will show you what all of this stuff does, and I'll go back and forth between the two. Okay, so first of all, when we come into class tomorrow, I'm going to give you what we call a Hero's Pact. And it's a form basically saying that you will follow the rules of the game, and that you will play for the entirety of the year, that I have the final say, me being the game master. That the rules can change. They have changed a little bit with each of my classes, just depending on what is good and what is bad and what's working and stuff. I will add events and I will add battles throughout it, and you'll understand each of those as we get further. So keeping in mind that idea of being open-minded with this is important. Okay, so our daily basic plan is that we will come into class, you will pull out your journals and you will start writing your journals, and I will check your homework. Now, you will be able to get points for your homework. You will be able to get points for sitting down quickly and starting work and not dawdling around as well. Then after that, we will do what we call a random event. A random event does not affect things like homework and tardiness, because it happens right after that, and I'll show you an example of what a random event is in just a moment. And the idea of the random event is that it kind of sets the tone for the day. So it could be something good for the class and a goal that we all work for. It could be something that a team works for. It could also be something bad. Now, everybody will have a power to start, and your goal is to gather all 9 powers. You will start at level 1 and you'll move up to level 18 throughout the year. And you have to be level 18 to get the 9th power. So the idea here is that your powers can only be used during the beginning of class when we're doing the random event and the journal, and during the last 5 minutes of class, unless it's something I approve. Something I approve would be like the idea of if we're doing classwork and it's something that fits into that moment, then I would allow it to happen. After we do the powers, then I will continue with the lesson. I will track points, both positive and negative, while I'm teaching. You'll see the clipboard out more. You're raising your hand, paying attention. I will keep track of that, and then I will add those points at the end of the day. Sometimes I'll add them during class, sometimes I'll add them right after class, but they'll be posted each day by 4 p.m. Exceptions. These random events will not run on the day of a test because it can affect the timing on a test, but there are many powers that you can actually use towards your test, so you still will be able to use powers that day. When there is a substitute teacher, the game will not basically run like it normally does. There will not be a main event. I will not be tracking points, obviously, because I'm not there. But if the class is good, then you will be rewarded. If the class is not good, then you will not be rewarded. The game for this class will officially start on Thursday. I know it says tomorrow, but it will start on Thursday. On Tuesday, I only have like 8 or 9 of you in class. This video is Tuesday night's homework. On Wednesday, we will spend a good portion of the class actually putting together the teams and building your character. So this will officially start on Thursday. Now, there are 4 basic aspects of the game here. Or sorry, 5 basic point systems. So keeping these in mind, and I will give you a handout of these as well so that you have them and you have them in specific forms. And I suggest you keep the handout that I give you because you can refer back to it throughout the year, and it gives information on the powers and the characters. Okay, so the first type is what we call health points, or HP. You lose health points when you behave negatively in class. So the idea here is that you want to stay alive. If you die or lose all of your health points, you fall in battle, and you have to face negative consequences. Those negative consequences will be spelled out in the form that you're given in class on Wednesday. Now, you will then have to spin a wheel, and it will give you the idea of what you have to do to get back into game. When you are regenerated and when you come back to life, you only come back with 1 health point. So you're going to have people on your team help to heal you rather quickly so that you don't fall in battle again. Experience points. Now, the idea here with experience points is this is how you level up. So when you level up, you unlock new powers. In order to earn XP, you have to behave in a positive way in class. And I'll show you the specifics on the health points and the experience points on when I actually go back to the website in just a minute. But you have to have 2,050 experience points to level to the next level, and then that would get you level 2. Level 4 would be 4,100. Level 3 would be 4,100. Level 4 would be 6,150. So it's every 2,050 points. Now, action points, or AP, this is what you use to use your powers. The powers are explained in the packet, and when I show you what one of my other classes is already doing, it'll help there too. Now, your action points regenerate on a nightly basis of 8 per day. It only regenerates Monday through Thursday. It doesn't regenerate over the weekends, and it does it automatically at midnight. And this is what you have to spend your powers. So it's important that you pay attention to these, and you can actually get more too from teammates. Okay, the next aspect, power points. Power points are when you level up, you get a power point and you get gold. Now, the power points are used to actually get you more powers. You will start with 1 power, and you're headed, like I said, to 9. Each level of powers or tier of powers costs differently, and they do different things for the different characters. Gold pieces, this is where the fun part for you comes in. This is where you get to customize your character, where you get to get a pet, and you go through steps of a pet so your pet can actually show up on the screen and we can see it in class. You earn gold when you level up. You can train your pets, and you get rewarded by doing extra stuff in class, as this idea of above and beyond. And I will show you the aspects of that too. Now, the 3 main characters. The first type we have is the healer. These are just costume ideas of what the healer looks like. The healer starts out with 50 health points and 35 action points. Now, the healer, the main idea of them is to heal other members of their team. They can also, if they have the right power, they can bring teammates back to life, as in they can keep the teammate from having to suffer the consequences of death. Each team needs to have at least 1 of each character, is my suggestion. Okay, so we have the healer. Next, we have the mage. These are the starting costumes for the mage. The mage is by far the strongest character with action points, but the lowest character with health points. So they, even though they're the strongest and can give action points to people and can do a lot, they are the ones most likely to fall in battle. So when you look at the list of characteristics and powers, if you fit any of those things and you're more likely to do things that can harm you, you don't necessarily want to be a mage. Okay, a warrior is the strong health point. So if you have discipline issues, if you are late to class a lot, if you miss books a lot, this is the type of character you want to be. Okay, so a warrior has the highest action points, but they also have the highest action points because they are the game's protectors. They can protect other people from actually taking damage within the game. Okay, and that is important because you can save your teammates from dying and take some of the damage upon yourself, and then the healer can help to heal the warrior. Now, in class on Wednesday, I'm going to put you in your teams. I've already picked your teams. There will be teams of 5, so we have 5 teams of 5. I'm going to give you a form, and on the form, you're going to have to make some decisions. You're going to pick what your character type is, either a healer, a mage, or a warrior. You're going to choose your gender. You can choose male or female, and you could pick a skin tone. So you have the options of being Asian, dark, tan, or light. You're going to write down your email address on the form, and then you're also going to come up with a team name. On there, you're also going to pick your first power, so you're going to look back at your powers that are on the form I'm going to hand to you, and you're going to decide which powers you want. I will then set up the characters on Wednesday nights, and you will receive an email, much like you have with other aspects of things that we've set up for the class, and you can log in and set up your account. I am going to actually go ahead and have you do your first power on class because I want you to actually talk about it more as a team, and I think it should make sure that it's cooperative, because the more you help your team to begin with, the more points you get to begin with. And then I do suggest that you download the app or use it on the computer, but you will not be using it during class. This is for you to do at home at night to actually work with your character. Okay, so a little bit about this. So this is my AP 12th grade class, AP Literature, and this is what the teams look like. You'll have a background, you'll have a shield, you'll have a name. So this team's name is Griffin's Baking Soda, and you'll see each of their characters. There are 6 teammates on this team. If you look here, you see where each of them are in various stages. Now, the red is their health points, so that's where they're doing health. You see that there are 4 people that are rather low on health on this team. The blue is the action points, so that's what you get to spend for your powers. So if we look here at Talar, we see that she's level 2, she's a mage, but she only has 15 health points and she has 50 action points. Now, this power here is what she can actually use to help her team out. If we actually look at the learned powers, you'll see this power tree, and you can see this within your own character when your character is loaded, and the same type of information is available on the packet itself. Clicking on each one, it actually tells you what they each do and what they each cost and what you get for it. So let's start with health points. To lose health points, these are some ideas of what you can lose health points for. These are also going to be in the packets, making sure that it is important that you do these. Incomplete homework does include blog comments and blogs themselves, so if you miss those, and remember I get the reports, so I will automatically put that in that day, and you will have to have the consequences on that. So making sure that you are paying attention to each of those is important. Now, to gain experience points, these are the most common ones. Now, this is where I keep adding things to the class. So if you as a team are all seated in your seats, all have your journals and your homework's out, and you're all working as a team, you can each earn this bonus. If you did your homework, you get 40 XP. Finding a mistake in the class notes, you will notice mistakes starting to pop up more and more on notes, with the intention of you being like the grammar police and checking them so that you can get XP for that. I will also add in birthdays for anyone who had birthdays from May through today. Since we will not be playing in May, I will give those now, and those will probably go in over the first weekend. Every time you raise your hand in class and answer a question or volunteer to read, you can get this bonus. There is no cap on this one. So you have, if you help students out in class, you can get this one. And this one I haven't given to anyone in any of my classes yet, so it's a rather hard one to get. Okay, gold, to get gold. This is, remember, this extra stuff that you get to spend. When someone on your team has a birthday, not only do you yourself get the gold, but everyone else in your team gets gold. Being ready before class starts, as in seated in your class, writing in your journals. If you can get the team bonus and the gold bonus. The gold is for individuals, though. When we do presentations, volunteering to go first, handing in an assignment a day early. The easiest way to get this is when we do the Wordly Wise, and I assign A and B, do C, and D. Bringing in printed pictures of a literary device being used in a cartoon. You can do this up to twice a week. You'll see some of them already on my board from my other classes, and getting 100% on a test or a quiz. So you see that random events. I'll show you this. So the idea here with a random event is this button will get pushed at the beginning of class. And so like this one is there in spirit. Absent players are counted as present. A random team can decide to use their absent players' powers. So that can be used. So that's the idea of what random events do. Okay, I will see you in class tomorrow, and be prepared for this because it's going to be fun. Talk to you later. Bye.